Hi, I'm Lainey Harper, and this is Harper's Handcrafted Projects. Today we are in my father's woodshop. It is beautiful in here. It is spacious and lovely. And for our special Father's Day project, we are working together to create a beautiful, what am I doing? A cutting board. Today we are working to create a beautiful cutting board. He has some scrap walnut and hickory that we're going to create it out of and come up with a design as we see fit. And then you'll see my dad here in a minute. He's kind of shy. So let's get started. We've set the fence to about 1/8 of an inch, and we're gonna rip really thin pieces. So we've already done our outer sides and some of our inner parts. So we wanna do little thin strips because I wanna have little pinstripes in here to add some difference. So what we're gonna do is take this piece of hickory and rip it down using the flat side against the fence. So you have a nice thin strip, and just slow and steady. We have a sacrificial wooden piece so we can get the very ends all the way through the blade. That looks better. On either side, and then the way in the middle. That'll look nice. Just a little thing. Yeah?
Sure.
Okay. Now that we've cut all of our sizes to length and to width, what we're going to do is lay them out again over here on a piece of paper at the workbench and glue them all up and let them set, and then we can do the finishing stuff on it and finish it. It's not too involved, and this is a pretty simple design, so it just takes some glue and some time and a lot of clamps. So let's get to it.
This may be overkill.
Is it ever overkill, Dad?
It is overkill. But what I will frequently do is start with this and turn each one up like this.
Okay.
So you just do all the front faces here, and this front face will meet that.
Oh, very nice. Because of its color, my mind is tricking me that it smells like mustard.
Doesn't that smell?
No. I know it doesn't smell like mustard, but it looks like Dijon. I'm pretty sure this smells like Dijon. Did you switch this out? Did you get confused, Dad?
Just start in the middle, and I usually lay them like that.
Okay. Why?
Just because it gives more surface area.
Okay.
If this were wider, you could put a board across it and clamp to the table.
To the table.
To make sure that it stays flat. But I don't know how well it would work on this because it's not a perfectly flat surface on the top. But we'll take care of that when we lay it down.
Okay. So we're gonna let it dry and see what happens. The clamp's off. This is perfectly glued up. It looks great. There's a little bit of glue left over, but we're gonna send this through this planer over here a couple of times to get it real nice and smooth. Then we'll sand it down and finish it.
I usually start this to where just catches on the kickback thing. That way I know that it's at least touching it, but it will sometimes just skim it the first couple of passes, and I work down to the top so that I don't take off too much at a time. Once you route it all the way, it's okay to back route. Especially when you're making the corner, it tends to jump.
Jump.
And leave it there. So what I will frequently do is once I get around, I will come back the opposite direction. Around the corner, and then it actually, when you're coming back this other way, it pulls it in. Pulls it into it here, so it doesn't jump like it normally does. So if you feel that isn't smooth enough for you, just go back over it.
The opposite way?
In the opposite way.
Okay.
Even after you put the finish on this, the first time this gets wet, the grain is pop up. So I go ahead and raise it deliberately, and then let it dry, and then resand it. And all you need is just a damp rag. You're just trying to get it damp. You're not trying to get it sopping wet. And that also gives you a pretty good look at what the grain's going to be like once the finish is on.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's going to be nice.
All right. So you just let this dry.
Just let it dry, and you can set it up on top of theirs to where some air will get under it. It only take 5 minutes for it to dry.
So we have sanded, trim routed with a round over bit, cut around the sides using the bandsaw, and have sanded it, raised the grain, and then sanded it again with 220 and 320 grit, and it feels like butter. So what we're gonna do is put on a extra special recipe of my dad's mineral oil and beeswax to seal it and make this grain pop. And this piece of wood, it was so pretty. I had a different design in mind, but once I saw the grain on this wood, I wanted to see more of it. So that's what we're gonna do.
Knock yourself out.
You wipe it on?
Yep. It's going to be really nice.
It's really pretty.
You just put it on thick, and then you come back and wipe it off with a clean rag.
Oh, easy enough. Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to go show this to Mom. So here is our cutting board. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. I'm so glad you're my dad.